Hello and welcome back, everyone. It is I, RD, and welcome to my clubhouse, the ultimate place for anything and everything fun. So, yeah, I've been playing this new free-to-play game called ZZZZZZZZZZ. I'm joking. Pretty sure you already heard about it by now. But just in case, Zenless Zone Zero, is it? Yeah. So yeah, Zenless Zone Zero, free to download, free to play Japanese action game. That's literally it's a casual Japanese action game. Like, you don't have to be good at action games to play this. And if you're someone that likes to button mash, this game is right up your alley. This does not require a lot of skill. You can play it on easy mode or normal mode. Both difficulties are like I'm trying to find the right words. Is it fair or is it just not challenging? Because I don't want to say, oh, it's not challenging, because then they're gonna be like, now we gotta go make a hardcore mode. I'm like, no, you don't have to. The game's fine as is. It's a free-to-play game. But yeah, it's straight up an action JRPG. I mean, you don't jump, but you don't really need a jump button, and you have a nice little open world or hub to explore, and then you do missions. It's very straightforward and easy, and it has gacha mechanics, and because it just started, it has a very small pool of characters. So yeah, don't worry if you're like, oh man, some of these characters are not cool, or like, there's like so many waifus, where are my husbandos? Don't worry, this game actually thought about real equality, unlike the woke clowns and Western game developers. You're probably wondering, like, what do you mean equality? Well, I've noticed here in the West, the trend is to appeal more to the gay gaze, or the female gaze, rather than the male gaze. So instead of making attractive female characters, we get ugly, not very attractive female characters for the gay lesbian to gaze at. And we also have really handsome male characters for the gay male to gaze at, and the straight female who is woke and is probably bisexual, or maybe is both just so they can be woke. I don't know. But Japan thought of it the other way, and they're like, true equality is fan service both ways. You appeal both to the male and female gamer. So this game does have, in fact, husbandos and waifus. It does have more waifus because, let's face it, female characters sell, and a majority of gamers are male to begin with, so it just always has been. And that doesn't mean it's changing. I mean, there's female gamers, and woohoo, hooray for them, but majority are always going to be men. Okay, so let's talk about this. So what kind of characters are there? How do I check it out? Isn't there like a button that lets me shade them? Let me try out these characters for free, or something like that? Where is it? There is it agents?
Standing by.
Okay, well, yeah, this is how you can look at the entire list. But yeah, look. waifu. So we got lolly waifus, we got big titty hoe waifus with bouncy titties. We got the waifus with the short skirts and the thick thighs and the all around good boobies. And then we got we have a Deadpool character straight up. Like, there's no denying it, he is Silly Billy like Deadpool, and he has guns. The only thing he's missing are katanas at this point. And then we have lolly cat girls, because we know you guys like lolly cat girls. We have another waifu with tits, and another waifu with even bigger tits showing belly. Look, this game even it even appeals to the furry female or the furry gay man. Oh my gosh, this has something for everyone. Wow. And then you have Bae, flat-chested lolly. And then you have Gura, which is big titty lolly with nipple bumps, because nipple bumps are awesome. Big titty female maid. Some dude that looks like something mixed from Gurren Lagann and like Guilty Gear.
Good day, Proxy.
Biker lolly with Nazi helmet. Demon lolly with blue tails, blue skin and horns and a tail. Oh wow. Oh, once again, it's appealing to a large audience here. You have a big bear for the furries. Oh, Gasparoonies. And then another lolly.
Oh, sleepy.
So like, you have all the lollies. You have all the self-insert anime girls that you can think of. You have Gargura, you have Bae, you have
I only
Crony,
need to
you
keep the
have
matters ready and waiting. Awaiting further
Ina or
instructions.
something. You have not Hatsune Miku. You have
Combat.
whoever this can be. You have
I'll help you with
Lolly, Cat Girl. Oh my God, it's got everyone. Look, it's Fillion, guys. It's the freaking fruit snack goblin. Wow, cool. So it's literally an anime game with a bunch of self inserts, but the characters are like at least cool looking, and there's sex appeal on both ends. Wow. Oh, and not to mention that it's true equality because you can be a guy, you can be a girl, you can even be a furry. The only way you can make it more exclusive is if you put a cyborg or an android in it. Holy shit. I'm giving them ideas at this point. Anyway, enough of talking about like a free-to-play casual action RPG. The game's fun. Like I said, it's barely launched, so it doesn't have a large roster of stuff and whatnot, and it has gacha elements like every other Japanese or Asian game because they like gacha elements. You know, they're not pay to win. They're paid to have the character you want to play as. So in a sense, think of it this way. This is terrible, by the way. Think of it like a DLC character pass from your fighting game, except in this kind of game, and except if instead of you paying a fair price and getting all the characters that you would want that are in that pack, you have to pay the quarter machine and you have to hope that random number generating god is on your side and you luck out. But because I know how a lot of these gacha games work, I do know that like the moment you already unlocked something like that, it's more likely gonna fuck with the algorithm. That way you're more likely gonna get something that you don't have, especially for those that keep paying into it. Those that use it for free are more than likely gonna get occasionally something good, but they'll get repeats, which will then turn into some other in-game currency that they can use to trade for something else in the game, because that's how a lot of these work. Anyway, now that we've gotten the non-biased bullshit out of the way, where like this is a solid game, but it's not the greatest game in the world, and it for sure has its flaws, nonetheless, it's a good game. Nothing to be like, oh my god, this game is fucking trash. No, it's straight up a good game. It looks good, it plays good, and you don't have to be a pro to enjoy it. So, let's get right into it. I was playing this game earlier, or by that I mean like a couple days ago, so it wants me to go to the arcade. So it's hilarious because the game kind of reminds me of Hi-Fi Rush, and you're like, okay, explain, and it's like, okay, I'll explain. The simple cartoony cel-shaded graphics, but this is more anime and aesthetic versus Hi-Fi Rush being more Western, and I think Hi-Fi Rush is a little more cel-shaded. This looks like typical of most anime games, but the action kind of reminds me of Hi-Fi Rush, where it's just like you have your square and triangle, square being your quick weak attacks, and then triangle being your strong attacks. The only difference is that it has none of the rhythmic beat elements in the game, and you have assist characters, since you can make a squad of 3, and there's no platforming and jumping, so it's just straight up action. But yeah, it reminds me of Hi-Fi Rush because those moments where I'm playing as Chai and I'm just like smacking down enemies and like pretty much button mashing in a rhythmic pattern, and then pressing like the assist buttons appropriately to just boom, 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 get all these little characters on screen and do stuff. But I guess that's where the ultimate difference between Hi-Fi Rush and this game go. There's a lot of differences actually, but like combat wise it kind of reminds me of that, except instead of just having assist characters, you actually have characters that can do an assist and you can swap in and out with at any time. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Let's talk to this NPC. Wow, you're a psychic and a furry. You have a little dog nose. Or are you a bunny and those are long floppy ears and not hair? They're a bunny. Okay, so blah blah blah. Good morning. Blah 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 blah. Video store. Oh, reopening. I'm here to collect that videotape. That's where I left off. I'm collecting returns. Oh yeah, while playing this game I came up with a pretty good idea, but it would only work out if you have a group of friends that all collected retro gaming. Okay, so like I was thinking, it's just like, man, most people that have a large collection of retro games, or they collect retro games and they buy retro games, they usually open like a retro game store, and they just, you know, sell and trade in retro games. So they're like a reseller of retro video games. And I was just like, what if you and a bunch of friends that love retro video games and had a huge collection, instead of doing that, why don't you open like a video game rental store? So that way you can repurpose your old retro collection and you're renting them out to people so that they can enjoy, kind of like video rental, but just like retro video game store. You're probably wondering, it's like, is that even viable? Would that make money? It's like, I don't know, but knowing that some people do kind of crave that nostalgia, I think it would be really awesome to have like a group of like friends that just have connections and a large access to retro video games to build up a library. And then the cool thing is, like, once you get started and you start making money, you can save up money. It's like you can actually go to retro game conventions. That way you can build up your retro video game library and have more copies of popular rented out titles constantly in stock. And I think that's just a great way to preserve retro gaming and also share it with everyone without being like, I'm just making profit off these rare video games. So it's like, nah, man, I'm like renting out these video games at like fair prices and people keep them at a certain days. Like, but that's where the problem, like, where I see a problem, where it's just like, that's a lot of trust on the consumer. Because like, who am I to trust the consumer with, like, imagine I have several copies of Earthbound Mother for the original Super Nintendo and they all work and they're all good, they're all ready to go. Like, who am I to like not know if a customer's just gonna go behind my back and steal my retro games and then they end up on eBay or some other site going for like a fuck ton of money? And it's just like, oh well, there goes one of our rental copies. It's out of our possession and and now it's in some retro game collection, retro video game enthusiasts collection. That sucks. Like, that's where I would see a problem. But I guess that's why location and depending on the customer base is like where you're that kind of analytical data would really matter, where it's just like, hey, am I opening up this area in a high crime rate area? Like, are like people known to be like scummy and trash people, or are these people law-abiding citizens? They're good folks and I can trust them. But like, anyway, it's because I know here in Austin they have like a video rental store that still has like and rents out VHS tapes, and I'm like, that's so cool. And like, they're still able to stay afloat and stuff, and they still make it, and I don't think people are stealing their VHS tapes. So I was just thinking, like, man, it would be really cool to just have like a giant video game rental store and it just be filled with a bunch of retro video games and even new video games, because, you know, there's some people that like would like to play a game before they buy it. And I don't even know if like freaking GameFly even exists anymore, games like that, or like places like that. But like, a brick and mortar store would be such a nostalgia trip, and I think that alone would pull in some customer base. And I think word of mouth, just being like, oh dude, I just went to this place and I thought it was a retro video game store. No, it turns out it's a rental place. Like, bro, you can rent out like a Super Nintendo clean, refurbished, with all the connections and everything, and like you can play retro games and relive your childhood again. I don't know. That was an idea that popped into my head when I was playing this game, and I saw that they own a VHS video rental store, and I'm just like, that's cool. I kind of just like the whole nostalgic factor. Like, even if we're not getting a lot of business and we're only getting by, it's like I wouldn't mind working there just because it's like I'm surrounded by a bunch of cool and rare video games. Check it. It's like, oh, you want to play that game? We got it. God. Anyway, sorry for getting off track. Sorry for making you come all this way. Keeping track of every little thing is kind of boring, and I don't want to read this, so I'll skip. Oh, no. Give me back my video. Give me back my video. Give me back my VHS. But yeah. Whoa! I was talking about androids and robots, and here they are! They made a coffee robot man! They are listening, and they are taking my ideas.
Welcome.
I'm a creative genius.
Today.
And best of all, I don't ask for money, because I just like creating shit that makes people happy. Hello manager, I'm sorry, but the cafe isn't open today. Although I would like a little bit of money. Like, not like a whole lot, but my fair share would be more than enough. More than enough! Why not? I'm here to collect your rental tapes! I know you... I know you rented out my entire... you rented out the entire... last season of Friends. He's like, I love Friends. They have a coffee shop in that show. You don't see that anymore. It's all Starbucks now. I feel bad I can't serve you any coffee after you came all the way here. Oh, I want some coffee. Nice. I like how he has a mustache. Makes him look fancy. Also, I like that he has the nose. I don't know why, he's giving me Luigi vibes. He's tall, he has a big long nose, he has a mustache, he just needs a little green hat, and a vacuum cleaner, and Professor Egad, and oh my god, he's a Ghostbuster now. Okay, so anyway, very well, let's be sure to notify you. Thank you for your support. Nice. So yeah. No. Oh, you get your panda! Oh, your panda! I miss your panda. Okay, so, ask. I think that's like one of the best things about this game. They put a lot of attention to detail to the expressive faces and movements for some of these characters in certain cutscenes. Where it's just like, bro, they didn't have to move that fluidly. Nice job. I'm like, nice job! Is the store open today? No. Yes. So is the store open or not? We're open. We'll get the store ready right away. Cool. Buy is dumb. Don't listen to it. Buy is... Wait. Your name is Buy? Give change. Buy is dumb. Don't listen to it. The renovation isn't done yet. 3 floorboard seams are yet to be cleaned. They straight up just talk like that. You're such an idiot, Bye. That's cleaning, not renovating. Renovating, cleaning, what's the difference? Renovation means you're rebuilding and replacing old structure with new modeled structures. Like, oh, we're renovating the bathroom. Oh, you're getting a new sink and a toilet probably, and a new shower installed. Awesome. That's renovation. You just cleaning up something? That's cleaning, bro. We just got educated. What? Anyway, we make things difficult for our customers by not opening the store. Let's open as soon as the hollow stabilizes. Open. When our store's open, Denny's will come our way. Denny's will come our way. Oh wow, you're actually calling it Denny's. Because I remember hearing the character call it money, and then it said Denny's, or they called it Denny's and it said Monies, and I was just like, oh, that was a typo. It's like Zenny and Mega Man. Zenny, Yen, Yenny. Get it? Zen, Zenny, Yen, Yenny, Yen, Japanese yen, Japanese money currency. So Mega Man called it Zenny, and they made it look like energy crystals. Smart. Oh, it's fun and creative. Okay, so what am I looking at here? I don't want any of this. Is this a freebie? Oh, I have more than enough for it. Never mind. I'll get 5. I don't even know what it is. I don't even know what it is. Okay, so is that it? Hey, whoa, bro, I found a mysterious creature. Could it be a sprite or a wild tiger? Bro, street corner, come quick. Are you in danger? On my way. Are you in danger? On my way. Should we contact the animal protection? No, okay, let's be serious. No jokes. I found a cat, so I got a bit too excited. Kitty. Oh. Bro. Oh bad, bro. Okay, so this way. Oh yeah, I changed my avatar. It's cause Pride Month is over, so I got No, I'm fully aware of that trend that was happening during Pride Month. How like people were like going against it, and because of that, they weren't showing rainbows and shit. And some people were actually just being all goth or emo instead, where it's just like all black in unison to like protest against the stupidity that has become Pride. Where it's just like, okay, I'm gonna be honest here. No one hates homosexuals. Homosexuals have as much freedoms and things, and yeah, they do suffer some or slight what's the word I'm looking for? There's some places they aren't as treated as well as other places, but the fact is that it's been hijacked by a bunch of crazy over sexualized gay people that are literally just trying to brainwash, manipulate young children to be weird sexual deviants. They literally just want to brainwash children so they can become sex fetishes for themselves. Does that make sense? I know it's kind of like a dark, grim reality or truth of it, but it really is, because let's be honest, there's places that allow gay marriage. There's places where gay people have just as many rights and freedoms as any straight couple do, and no one's hating on them for those reasons. We're hating on the Pride Month and the LGBTQ movement and all that because it has gotten to a point where you're not fighting for your equality and rights within the workspaces, but are instead fighting for the degeneracy of your own kind and to influence a young and impressionable audience that is now growing up in this hyper-sexualized world to become sexual deviants as like you. You're trying to do more harm than you are trying to do good. And I'm sorry, but that's the truth. But like I said, that is only a minority within that community. Actual sane gay people that are not brainwashed and spouting off this kind of nonsense, they know better. They know better, and they are speaking out against it. And I'm gonna say, together we rise, because we gotta stand up against this woke, this woke virus that is dividing our country and our people, because they're trying to fight for things that people in the past have already fought for. They've already gotten those equalities, they've already gotten those freedoms, they've already, like, for you to be in the position you are and to say otherwise and not face any negative repercussions is proof that you guys have just as much freedoms as we do, but yet you're still spouting off nonsense and saying that we're the problem, that we're bigots, that we're homophobes, that we're racist, and that we're fascist. And in reality, what you want is total fascist power. You want to be able to say what's right and wrong, and you want the power of a police terrorist state to control, silence, and kill those people that would even voice out against you. And I'm sorry, but that's fascist communism. That is not democracy. Do better. Educate yourself. We can all be better. We just need to stop being fucking stupid monkeys and throwing shit at one another. Yeah, it's really fucking hard to do because we're all spiteful, envious little pieces of shit. And granted, we are extremely privileged and spoiled, especially if we grow up here in America or any other first world country that gives us these freedoms and this access to a higher education and a better life. But hey, what do I know? I'm just an everyday normal Joe. The everyday average Joe. My name is not Joe Yabuki. My name is not Joe Biden. My name is not even Joe. But the things I do for love and to stand up for truth, justice, and democracy. Yes, there are times while I'd get freaking outraged and the anger will consume me like any other normal, sane human being. But that's normal when you have to put up and you have to take in so much of the world's stupidity and nonsense. It's sad knowing that we do live in a time where society has devolved into the satire and hilarious, like this. Okay, you know the movie Idiocracy? It's sad to know that civilization and society has degraded to that. Literally a movie that was a satire of like, what if the world got too stupid for its own good? And we're living in it. And it's sad. It's disappointing. It's a constant reminder that somewhere along the lines that we failed as a society, as a civilization, as humanity. We broke away from morals and upright and just and standing up for what was truly right, to falling for such stupid things and thinking that it's just, to think that you're oppressed, it's just bullshit. Where it's just like, please get help. You need help. You need to take some medicine. You're not right. You're delusional. You're mentally disabled and are suffering a disorder that is fucking with the way you should actually see reality and take it in. And it's fucking the entire world. No one wants to admit fault and say that they are part of the problem. No, everyone would rather point the fingers and say that everyone else is the problem. But it all starts with us. And the fact of the matter is, if more of society is acting like stupid, spoiled pieces of shit, if a majority is acting like shit-throwing monkeys, and only a minority is still like acting like decent, civilized human beings, that's saying something, dude. That's saying a lot. Because it's sad. It's disappointing. It's somewhat depressing, where it's just like, it's depressing because you take in consideration adults or parents and their past lives and how they grew up fast and they were able to be responsible and, you know, fucking take responsibility for their own shit and man up and own it and, you know, become better. And then here it's the complete opposite. We have people reverting almost to a childlike state of mind and just throwing tantrums. They'd rather just yell and say that everyone else is wrong than admit their own faults. And it's sad. It clearly does show that humanity as a whole has fallen and we've become a pathetic and petty piece of shit. We are no better. Oh my god, we are no better than a bunch of fucking petty kindergartners being mad because so-and-so has that drink and I have milk. Or so-and-so has a Pokemon pencil and I have a basic number 2 pencil. It's like over the stupidest and pettiest shit, and I don't know. It's sad. I mean, I have to live with it. I have to go through life with it. And I'm extremely appreciative that I don't have to deal with it 24/7. But when you see it 24/7 online, it is a constant reminder that it's just like nothing has changed. Nothing is getting better. And problems are only getting worse because we as people in civilization are just tossing fuel in the fire, and we're all just pulling out our cameras, pointing it and pointing and laughing. We're literally just using each other as examples, but at the same time we're not doing anything to make anything better. We're literally just profiting off clout and the stupidity of everyday American citizens and everyday human beings outside of America or internationally. And it's sad. Like Courage the Cowardly Dog type thing, where it's just like my name's not even this, and it's like the things I do, and it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, these people don't want the help. They don't want things to change. They want to be these selfish, privileged, spoiled pieces of shit and just continue this vicious cycle of retardation. The world as I know it's so sad. Where it's just like people back then were so much more educated. They had morals. They were upstanding citizens. They didn't fucking have time for that petty bullshit. And now everyone is just a stupid child crying and fucking spewing snot everywhere and yelling and screaming and running around saying that everything else is the problem. Congratulations, people. We kept making the jokes about woke, retard, clown, monkey world, and the fact is we are living in retard, clown, monkey world. I don't see things getting better. In fact, all I see are influencers pointing out the stupidity, the hypocrisy, the brokenness of our system, our governments, our people. But they're not really doing anything. They're just pointing out and bitching about things that we all know and we all see on a daily basis. Like, in my opinion, it's like you guys are literally just clout surfing on these trending topics, but you're not causing or making any change happen. And in fact, you're just profiting off the depressive state that humanity is in. And it's a sad, it's a fucking sad clown show, dude. Where it's just like, holy shit. I know that there's people that are like, they think otherwise, and you know, they're probably doing better, and I'm all for that, but I'm not seeing enough. I mean, I know that people know how to behave and act accordingly, especially in the public eye or even on social media, where it's just like everyone has to play the facade just right, or else you can have the tides turn on you and you can drown in the sea or in the abyss. But man, this shit's kind of ridiculous. Where I'm constantly wondering, is there somewhere I can be other than Earth? Because I don't want to be part of humanity. It's this. Where it's just like, nah, man. It's just like, nah. It's just, there's just too many stupid people. And there's a glorification of just ratchet, stupid behavior versus civilized behavior. There's no such thing as a noble mind. Everyone's a silver fork tongued liar that is using and manipulating people for their own gain and agenda. And it's sad. Uh-oh, I think I've become glued to the cat. I want to stay with the cat forever and ever. Dun-dun-dun! Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Staring contest. Who will win, Bella or Felix the cat? The world may never know. Anyway, ooh, I saved that. Nice. Spider sense kicked in. Return. Okay, wow. So this game is literally having me do like casual stuff right now. Okay. Are you a new proxy just starting out? Let in or not incentives pave the way to a worry-free future. Need Bang Boo or W Engines looking for professional agents information? Don't you worry. From free ether aptitude tests to the latest carrot resources, everything a proxy needs is on Internet. Oh, you know what's hilarious? I went on that whole rant and I completely fell off what I was really doing, where my avatar changed from black hair to blue hair. Pride month's over, so I can have my blue hair and my red eyes once more. Also, did you guys ever notice the color combinations that I use for my character? I mean, blue hair, red eyes, white skin, red shirt. Red, white, and blue, baby. America. Fuck yeah, I'm doing everything we can to make everything awesome, America. Fuck yeah, we gotta destroy Bidenomics, but how? I know exactly how. It shows us go to the House of Representatives and we write this letter and we get a petition signed, and then we freaking plead them to pass a new law to destroy these two things that are destroying the economy and find something that actually works for everyone. And then it goes through all three branches, and then instead of it getting denied, it actually gets passed. And Bidenomics and Reaganomics is destroyed, and then Ardenomics exists, and they're just like, Ardenomics, we fixed it. We fixed it. And it's just like, but how? It just shows them they're crying and me in a suit behind them. It's just like, I punished them severely. I told them like, not one person can have complete and utter power over another. All people must equally have wealth flow throughout everything. Well, where does that mean? It means that the inflation is bullshit and we're bringing everything down to a reasonable price depending on where you live and what state you're in and how much money, like the basic, like literally the common worker makes. Depending on that analytical data, that's what things are going to be priced for. They're not going to be priced for only rich people. No, they're going to be priced with the blue collar worker, the everyday normal Joe in mind, not the fucking asshole rich guy that doesn't do anything, earned the company from daddy and mommy, went to school but didn't even learn anything, just paid a bunch of nerds to take his tests and write his essays for him. Like, come on guys, we can do better. The trendy thing. I started the videotapes, including the ones that have just been returned. We have enough videotapes to keep business going for the band being, but in the long run we'll need more. We should consider getting some more stock, new stock. A familiar looking young lady suddenly storms through the door while you're discussing the restocking plan. Who's Hetty? You guys are getting new stock? That's great. I've already watched every videotape in the store 10 times. 10 times? Over 10 times? How are these tapes still working? It's me, Hetty, your super loyal customer. Though I often complain the video store always has the same videotapes, do they really want to stay open? I still find myself coming back here because your taste in movies aligns so much with mine. Looks like you guys are planning to reorganize. We formulated a new business strategy. We finally have time for the store. We were busy with other things, but now we can dedicate our time to running the video store. However, if we want things to keep going over so well at the video store, we better think up some new strategies. I'll do my best to meet customers' needs. Seeing 18 so enthusiastic makes me want to help. You guys must really need some promotion at this stage. I can help with that. I just realized I have no idea how to go about it. Don't sweat it, I'll show you how. Speaking of, the first time I set foot in the store was because I met little 18, Master 18, handing out posters of the new movie on the street. I'm sure I can learn a lot from 18. It's an excellent promoter. What did I even do? Redo CD. Entry, thank you, give. Collect, claim all. Notices, opens up the internet tab, takes me to their site, and it looks like a mobile game menu. And you can see the things that I don't really care for. Then I go back. Oh, what is that? Dun 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 dun. Cunning generosity. During the event, log in the master tape, blah 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 blah. Oh, I can claim that? Wait. Confirm. Claim. What am I doing again? Claim. Confirm. Go back. I don't know what this is. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. There's no Red Ranger in this game. The fact that you can't even play as a Red Ranger. You don't even have a Kamen Rider character? What's wrong with you guys? Embrace your Asian culture. Make a Kamen Rider character. I need someone that Ryder punches and Ryder kicks everyone. They explode for no reason. And colorful explosions. and beautiful Michael Bay explosions with colorful smoke bombs for no reason. Because Power Rangers and Super Sentai. Okay, so, what's this? Can I get free stuff? No? Oh, cool. Can I get free stuff? Wait, what? Well, each film captures only blah 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 blah. Return. View now. Yes, view the free video for some free stuff thingy. Oh, I gotta do it on my phone. Guess I can do that later. Okay, so claim. Oh. Huh. Oh. Huh. Okay. Hold up. Signal search. I have 2. Wow. Oh man. Wow.
Touch my tail, and now.
Search. Wow, give me 1 free pull. Wow. What? Is that like a bunny with like udders? That's a lot of nipples. Okay, so X. Oh my god, what did I get? I got that. Oh, I got an engine. That's kind of disappointing. Oh man, that's actually kind of disappointing. But that's how gacha games work, because they want you to buy into it. A rank or higher, signal guaranteed in 9 searches. Oh. Oh. You're just like, oh. There we go.
I knew you'd need my help.
Oh, check it out. I got Nekomata or something. I got Cat Girl. I got Fillion. She's got a triangle barcode on her head. Wait, did I really get that? Oh wow, I really did the... Okay. You know they're listening when they give you a good freebie off the bat when you're talking the truth about the gacha mechanics. Thanks, but... Like, thank you? I'm like, thank you? I mean, honestly, I thought you guys would be like, give me the money, and I'll be like, no, I don't want to spend the money on this game. It's like super casual. I'll see myself playing it from time to time, but like right now, I'm doing filler shit and it's boring as hell. Or, it quite literally is filler stuff. I mean, you're 50% through the prologue, which is pretty much teaching you the basics of the game and getting you up to speed with it. Oh, look, I got the little Nazi biker girl with the Pumbaa, with the warthog nose and the boar nose and boar horns. God, it gave me another good freebie. Again. Oh, bet again. I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna stop playing this after that. Like, I was bored and was just like, I guess I'll play a game for a little bit and kind of like already over it. I'd rather watch something, but there's nothing to watch. I've already seen Star Wars, the Bad Batch, which is good Star Wars. I saw My Adventures with Superman, which, to be honest, some people, it's mixed, but to me, I'm like, they didn't mess with Superman, so I'm okay with that. They just made his characters, or his villains, woke. And then they race swapped Lois, but like at the same time, she's still Lois. But she pretty much is like a fusion of her and Luce from the Owl House. But I also don't see a problem with that. And then they race swapped Jimmy Olsen, they made him black. But I didn't see a problem with that either. Because he was still written, and it's funny because he's still a completely... I think that's the thing, is like they didn't write him like Ginger Jimmy Olsen. They wrote him like as a completely different take. Like they wrote him as an original character because he's like into conspiracy theories and aliens and stuff. And that's kind of why I liked Jimmy Olsen, where it's just like, okay, I kind of liked how they wrote his character. It's like, yeah, they race swapped him, but at least they wrote his character well. They didn't make him some like woke loony that's like unlikable. He's actually a really nice guy, and it's hilarious when he pokes fun at Lois and Clark's relationship, and he's just like hee with his little cat faces. But yeah, there's mixed things about that. I saw the first 2 episodes of the Fallout show, and like that was pretty good, and I just haven't gone back to that. It's because like I want to watch something, but it's just like I don't even know what I want to watch. It's like I know that I want to watch something that I know I would enjoy, but I'm all thinking, or it's just like, I mean, I went back and started watching Batman Beyond. That was, honestly, I was enjoying that. Where it's just like, man, I miss cartoons that were well written from my youth versus some of the woke propaganda they're trying to push today. Where it's just like, man, why can't we just make good entertainment for the sake of just being good entertainment anymore? Why does there have to be like some kind of underlying woke political agenda? Because does it really, does anything really happen? I'm like, does anything change? Like when they do what they feel like, hey, if you made these changes, yeah, I'm like, did it really do that? Signal surge. Skip. B. Wow. And that's terrible because those are the full color reels. I got better pulls from the black and white reels. Cool. Okay, cool. Might as well check out what I got. So, Cheeseburger Girl.
Need something? My services are expensive.
Callie. Hatsune
Good day,
Miku.
Proxy.
Nazi German biker chick. Fillion, the fruit snack goblin. So yeah, I got these two.
Good day.
A damage and
To what do I owe the pleasure?
fire type. Oh wow, I got someone that knows fire. Okay, so now I have electricity,
Need
fire. I got 2 damage types, 3 damage types, and 1
nothing
support
to
type.
Hey, don't need something. Did you call nothing?
Touch my
I like
tail.
how there's all these characters,
Time for some
but
tea.
there's
Need
2 that
something?
they have
My
not
services
released
are
yet.
Expensive.
There's literally 2 that say empty character, but you can tell that they have 2 characters that they haven't showed off yet. It's 2 secret characters. Is one of them just Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden? It's funny. It's funny because technically, even though this avatar is just supposed to be a representation of me, and you're just supposed to call him Artie. When I created the avatar, I actually gave him a name. His name's Kaido Hayabusa. Why? Because a Hayabusa is pretty much a hawk, and I've always seen birds or any creature with wings as like a true form of freedom. To be able to fly anywhere and go anywhere you want without any restrictions it's just awesome to me. So like the freedom a bird has is awesome. It can literally just go wherever it wants to go and be wherever it wants to be, and it has the ability to fly. So, and then I think Kaido, I think it's Japanese for blue sky. If not, I think it's like oceans. So kind of like picture that, just like a huge beautiful blue sky or the ocean, and just like a freaking hawk flying. Man, that's freedom right there. Flying, seeing the beautiful horizon, the sea, the lands. That's awesome. Anyway, also, I like Ninja Gaiden. Ryu Hayabusa is a cool character, and it's sad knowing that he doesn't get a lot of love. And I think like the most recent thing he's been in is like one of the newest Dead or Alive games, and even then, because of his fighting style, it's slow but hard hitting. And it just pales in comparison to the high speed combat that is in the Ninja Gaiden games when he is wielding the dragon sword and you're fighting demons and freaking enemy ninja clan, and you're just cutting off heads and limbs, and you're just focusing that chakra to do unbelievable unbelievable superhuman feats of power and raw strength. It's freaking awesome. Now I feel like playing freaking Ninja Gaiden for you guys. I'm probably gonna do that.
Did you come? Nothing to.
So cool. I got 2 characters.
Did you call me? Yeah.
This is probably gonna be the best thing to do, is level them up so that they're level 6. Okay, and then go back and then do the same thing with her.
Day, Proxy.
And do that. And 1, 2, 3. Same thing. And there. There, yay, everyone's strong and level 6. Hey, it works. Okay, cool. Wait, what? I got achievements for doing nothing? Sweet. Real life is nothing like this. Oh man, I got paid for doing nothing? Bullshit. I don't know if you guys know this, but have you guys ever heard of the term compound interest? So yeah, I was talking to my brother and found something out, and why me and him as a consumer are kind of pissed off, but it's mainly at Hasbro. Okay, so I'm gonna explain compound interest to you. So Hasbro likes to put out these projects called HasLabs, and these HasLabs exclusives are usually like backed by the customer in order for them to make the product. And the reason why Hasbro would rather produce really awesome products through the HasLab is because of compound interest. And let me explain to you what compound interest is. Okay, so because this also works for video games and video game pre-orders, surprisingly. Okay, so with HasLabs, when you put down that money for that product, you're pretty much, it's like you're paying full price. You're paying the money up front for not the pre-order, but to pre-order and to claim pretty much to buy the product, because only people that back it can get it. So let me see, they made Galactus. They made a giant Galactus action figure that was really awesome, and only people that backed Hasbro's HasLabs were able to get it. And okay, so the HasLab toy is a fixed price, and everyone pays that price. But this is where compound interest comes into play. So what I found out is that the reason why Hasbro likes doing this is because of compound interest. And what happens is that all those people that bought those products, they're being made and they're holding them until they're ready to ship out. And while these products are just there, they actually make compound interest. And compound interest means, like, say the price that you paid for that product, it starts to multiply. So that product, just it being there and sitting, making accumulating compound interest, helps Hasbro make more money off the product than they got initially from just the consumer, from just the sell or the transaction. So they make more money that way because the product builds compound interest. And I was just like, and I remember when my brother was talking to me about this, I was like, man, no wonder Hasbro won't take the risk and make these awesome G.I. Joe vehicles or these awesome things and just send them to market. They'd rather do the HasLab because of the compound interest makes them more than enough money to keep them afloat and to keep producing the small stuff that fails, and then the HasLab things that succeed almost all the time, unless there's something that's just like, why did she even think that was gonna sell? That's stupid. So yeah, compound interest, it's a pretty greedy tactic, but it does help make a lot more money in the long run. And since me and my brother were talking, I was like, if that's true for products like that, for like a toys and HasLabs and like a Kickstarter backed products like that, and it's just like, is that the same for games that are pre-orders? Because I remember back in the day, like in the early 2000s, before people were like, stop pre-ordering your games, there was a huge push for pre-orders, and people were like, oh yeah, pre-order the game if you really want that game. You're like, you pre-order it, and like it wasn't because they were like all about the fan base and supporting the gamer and being like, hey, make sure you get that game or else you won't get it because it's so popular. It was because these game companies were trying to make compound interest off all the pre-order sales that they got for those video games. So say you put down $5 for the game, that game would start multiplying, and the pre-order of the game alone would make more money for the game company than the initial purchase. And knowing that the cost to produce the cases in these games is so much cheaper than the development of actual games, it's like, that's why they were pushing pre-orders. That's why even now they push pre-orders, is because of compound interest. These video games that were cost about $59.99. So say imagine you went to GameStop and you pre-ordered like the newest game that you wanted to get. Like I'm gonna use me as an example. As a kid, I go into GameStop and I'm like, oh man, there's this Japanese RPG, and I know if I don't pre-order it, I'm probably not gonna get it because it's a cult hit. It's not something that's like mainstream and everyone wants. And the title was Persona 3 FES. So I go and I pre-order it and I pay it all down. That way it's just like it's already paid off and I don't have to worry about it, and I just come and pick it up. That game initially is now making more than what I paid for and I'm getting the game for, and the company's making pretty much 3 to 5 times more than what they sold the game at cost because of the pre-order and the, what was it called again? Compound interest that it would then that it would build up because the game hasn't come out yet and it's still pre-order. And I'm just like, wow, okay, so no wonder game companies were doing so well at that time, and they had so many monies to take risk and to make these good video games and not worry about like, oh, what if it flops or blah blah blah, so many things. And it's just like, because they had the money, they were making the money either way. Now, not so much. Anyway, that's all I kind of want to talk about. Now we're back in the business. Let's get our tapes sorted. Okay. Whoa! Best choose the most popular genres to attract more customers. Find the right videotapes and place them on the shelf. Starlight Night. Adventure, video genre. After the meteor shower, it was no longer the peaceful city it once was. The appearance of evil monsters with unknown purpose plunged humanity into a great crisis. At the same time, the sworn enemy of the monsters, the Starlight Knights, appeared. This popular special effects show reached an 11.8% rating for its finale. Its initial target audience group was children, but the excellent monster designs and cool lines led to a large number of young fans. Teens. Yeah, Kamen Rider and Super Sentai are made for like a young little kid audience base, but because Japan's rating system's a little bit different, they don't shy away from blood and death. Like, they know this is natural and these things happen. Like, so, but cool heroes, cool one-liners, and it slightly being a little more mature despite it being a kid show is honestly what makes these shows great for like an older audience, a large number of young fans. But yeah, because even Power Rangers is like really cheesy compared to the original Japanese ones, where they're a little more actiony. And some of the lines are cheesier too. In Japan, some of them are still cheesy, but like some of them are also still cool. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Adventure, fantasy, comedy. Boom. Dun, 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 dun. Open. Confirm. What? Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't. Alien. 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 I'm an alien. Okay, so 18 looks so cool when it's promoting the store. With 18's help and our dedicated management, we'll definitely see more and more customers come to the store. Beep beep. Manager, it's me, Billy. So I'm still the first person in the Cutting Hairs to have your new contact information since you changed your account. Don't Don't reopen old wounds, Billy. That's a sore spot. Oh, wow. Sorry, manager. Don't worry. With siblings like yourself plus friends like us, everything's gonna be fine. How about it, manager? We're good friends, and it's been a while. Want to hang out today? There are 2 new games over at the arcade on 6th Street. We haven't played each other in ages. Sure, let's go. You might be free, but I need to work. Sure. My beloved Godfinger. These godlike fingers of mine have been itching for a workout. I'll see you outside the arcade. Dun dun dun. Okay. And that's where I'm gonna stop in the game, because this is like social life simulation stuff, and it's kind of weird. Where it's just like I can go out and do that in real life. I can do that in real life. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna stop playing the game for now. What? Hello, I'm on young. Nah, I'm playing this new free-to-play game called Zoneless Zen Zero. It's a fun casual action game, with gacha mechanics or elements, because you can unlock new characters just like in Genshin Impact, Tower of Fantasy. It's the typical gaming trend that most Asian game companies follow. It makes money, and it's the exact same as microtransactions, just with a random factor. Okay, so yeah, that's where I'm stopping for today. Probably gonna plug my Switch in and play some Ninja Gaiden, because I feel like playing Ninja Gaiden. Like, no joke, that's what I feel like playing. I feel like playing some Ninja Gaiden. I just feel like playing an action game. So I'll be right back. No.